Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to the thinkBIM Summer Conference for 2020 around digital twins. So, my name is Duncan Reed. I am the chair of thinkBIM, and very pleased to bring to you our first ever online event. Sponsored by Wearable Technology and with a fantastic array of speakers this afternoon from around the world. So one of the things that we do at thinkBIM is we provide a digital news update, sort of the documents or reports that might have missed as they fly through the ether and appear in emails or on webcasts or whatever it might be, just to make you aware of some of the stuff that's perhaps been going on that it might be of interest to you. So here's my take from the last 3 months since our last thinkBIM in March. So the Scottish Government has provided some cyber assessment services now that are available for people to read their guidance notes in order to understand if they think cyber assessments are important for their organisation. They can complete a risk profile and they can complete a supplier assurance questionnaire. And it gives you a dashboard then of where your business sits in terms of cybersecurity. So as more and more of us are going ever more online, particularly in the current circumstances, understanding what the risks might be and where to move forward is obviously quite a useful tool. And they have then provided more information on cybersecurity generally on their website. Second time round then we've got Atkins and Allent Survey of doing some research to benefits on the National Digital Twin. So they've been appointed by the Centre for Digital Built Britain to create a national digital twin of the UK's infrastructure. And this research project is looking at all aspects of critical infrastructure. And in particular, there was a follow-up article relating the work that they're already starting to do in Cardiff around a digital twin for that part of the country. The BMF, the Builders Merchants Federation, is looking to standardise digital product information using an ETIM standard. Now, I must say, when this came out as a news article, it wasn't a standard I was particularly aware of, but I've heard of it more recently through Building Smart webinars that have also been taking place over the last week or so. So we have another, perhaps, or complementary, not quite sure, but it's out there, standard for technical information around for manufacturers to use. So again, something that may be worth exploring if that's the area of digitisation that you're involved with. Next one up, wearable technology to improve safety. So these are some clever little gloves that have been developed by this consortia of City Fibre, Callan Construction, and they're now testing this out on site to actually get a record of vibration for people using machinery. So again, using wearable technology to protect the workforce, although obviously when we consider the hazard triangle, that this is kind of well down that, and elimination and substitution should be those first lines of attack going forwards. Another one which has become really interesting in the current climate, I actually met these guys, tended at a Rail Alliance event a couple of months ago before we all changed the way we were working. And they have modified their technology that not only was it providing health and safety benefits to the wearers, but it now provides alerts that if you're more than 2 meters from somebody else, so social distancing can be included. So again, it's great to see some of the innovation in industry being repurposed to deal with the current times that we're up against. Similarly, another area that's been of real concern to the industry in the last probably 18 months, 2 years or so in terms of fire regulations. And this is an organisation, Thermotech Fire Consultants, who have created a smartphone application around Regulation 38 in building regulations. So this allows you to collect all the information around fire safety and then communicate that with owners or occupants and users, but it potentially is also available to fire authorities so that they understand how the building should perform in the event of a fire to be able to manage any incidents that they are called to. So again, another very specific bit of technology, but dealing with some very real issues in the industry. Jumping back up to a slightly higher level now, the government digital requirements for a golden thread. This was a report published in April around reforming building safety regulatory systems. And again, here they are looking for the fact that information will need to be stored digitally. So again, this is one of these key points, and we're hearing it in more and more through lots of reports from government of the need to collect and store information in a digital format, as well as also asking for various duty holders to be responsible for creating this data. Algorithmic design, you may have heard this, parametric design, various other terms that are used. But this came out of the MBS reports that's been published just recently, suggesting that 1 in 5 architects and 1 in 3 engineers think algorithmic design will increase, and that potentially some of this could even make their jobs obsolete. I'm not sure I would go that far. I think it allows them to be possibly more creative with the technology, but we're certainly seeing lots of developments in that area. And I say these came out of some of the findings from the latest MBS National BIM report. Jumping back to Yorkshire specific stuff now, Sheffield City Council is integrating a smart city technology, and it says it might sound a bit mundane, but knowing when the waste bins are full or the drains need cleaning. But by applying sensors using their framework partner Amy, they are now putting sensors around the city to allow them to actually manage these sorts of functions around the town. So again, small steps towards these sort of national digital twin profiles or processes that we're all looking to try and work towards, and the theme for today. Again, possibly not quite such positive news, unfortunately, in this case, but research that's been done by Northumbria University with CDBB and the UK BIM Alliance, saying that at the moment a lot of the BIM maturity tools in the market really aren't fit for purpose, that they examine 25 different ways of evaluating BIM maturity, which possibly is a question in itself, and that there was definitely areas of improvement to be found in all of these. So still, I suppose, very much an emerging market, an area where we're still trying to decide what the right way forward is and a common approach for delivering digital skills and digital projects. Again, another Yorkshire piece of research that's been published recently and got quite a lot of mileage in the press. This is research by the University of Huddersfield together with the Galway Mayo Institute of Technology, and they have discovered that perhaps unsurprisingly there is still issues with small and medium-sized enterprises getting access to BIM and lean construction processes and finding ways to apply them to their businesses. This report has actually been made publicly available. It would normally not be the case, but it's available to download and read. And again, probably a useful topic for lots of organisations to have a look at and see how they might move forward in their BIM journey. And then I think we're getting towards the end of my slides now. So government is most recently plans to change infrastructure priorities through this document called Flourishing Systems. I was actually on a webinar last week where our first keynote, Mark, was talking a little bit about this, and it is a really interesting idea and process of kind of rethinking the way that construction actually should move forward in a post-COVID world. So as it says there, digitisation built on secure, resilient data sharing has an important role to play in achieving this. So here we have another group of very important organisations that are looking at how we can actually help to encourage human flourishing through the choice of how we deliver infrastructure schemes.